Prime Minister has told Parliament that 2020 will be the toughest year of our lives. Let's go live to our political reporter Trudy McIntosh for more. Trudy, passing the stimulus measures is the sole focus today, and Labor's going to help, albeit with some criticism.
Yeah, some criticism from Labor today, but you'd have to say they're being fairly bipartisan when it comes to these billions of dollars of stimulus measures that the government is desperately trying to get passed today. Parliament is simply a very different place than it would have been without this coronavirus. There is less MPs in this building than there normally would be, and inside the chamber, the spatial distancing restrictions are being tightly enforced. MPs sitting at least 1.5 metres apart, less of them allowed in the chamber than there would be usually. But as you say, the focus is on getting the passage of this stimulus right through today. The Prime Minister delivered an update on the coronavirus to the chamber just after 10 a.m. and he had a pretty sobering message, it must be said, that Australians need to invoke the spirit of the Anzacs to get through this time, saying that this is one of the most difficult periods that many Australians will ever face.
Life is changing in Australia for every Australian, and life is going to continue to change. For many, young and old, 2020 will be the toughest year of our lives. Meeting this challenge is bigger than any Australian.
The Labor leader gave a speech after Scott Morrison. He has made it clear that they will not be standing in the way of this stimulus package, despite objections they do have to some of the measures, including, in particular, the ability for workers to dip into their superannuation. Labor is opposed to that as an ideological position, but says they will not be voting against the entire package just because they oppose that one measure. Here was the Labor leader, Anthony Albanese, on his position.
The legislation today is not perfect. We would do more and do it sooner. But we will advance our arguments. This is not a time to prevent measures which, however imperfect, are necessary to be implemented. We do need unity, and above all, we need resolute action.
Over in the Senate, the Labor's Senate leader Penny Wong has not in the chamber today. She's revealed in the last hour or so that she is placing herself into self-isolation. I'll read you a part of this statement. It says, "This morning I woke up feeling unwell, consistent with advice to all Australians. As a responsible precaution, I will self-isolate pending medical advice." Now, Tom, if she is testing positive to COVID-19, this could have implications for many other MPs. The vision of yesterday, the Prime Minister held a meeting with the senior members of the Labor team, including Penny Wong and Anthony Albanese. So if Penny Wong does test positive here to coronavirus, this could have implications to the many other MPs that she had contact with just here yesterday.